Hello everyone, welcome to another banger from Just Editing Lifestyle Kitchen. First of all, before we go on, I always tell you I don't run a professional kitchen. I'm just a very good cook, coupled with the fact that I'm a nutrition expert and herbs, infusions, nutrients are my field of specialization. So that is why I just decided to give back to every one of you by teaching you interesting recipes and inculcating nutrients into your health. Listen, you want to enter into the childbearing age, you're over 40, 50, 60. There are some things that should be out of your diet, and there are some things that should be part of your diet. So today we're going to be making yummy rice. Today is Sunday, so next week Sunday, practice this. And then the secret of today's menu is going to be lemongrass. I'm sure you have seen this leaf before. Don't come and tell me where do they sell it. Look for a neighbor that has it, plant it in a pot in your house, keep it, because it has so many reasons why you need it in your house. See, this is lemongrass, and when you want to use it, you see this is the root part and then this is the leaf part. So we're definitely going to use all of it. Now, lemongrass tea is very good. You can also use your lemongrass to cook. You can use to simmer chicken. We're using it to make rice today, and then you're just going to love it. If you notice that you're always throwing up, you're always having nausea, you realize that you always have fatigue, and then you realize that you're always having digestive tract issues, bloatedness, spasm, grip pains, you're always having fever, you're always having kids who have convulsion, or you as an adult convulsion, high blood pressure. Trust me, you need lemongrass tea. You can drink it on empty stomach if you want to detoxify. Boil it and drink it on empty stomach. If you have rheumatism, pain, arthritis, it is also very good. And if you're always having constant cold, trust me, you need this in your life. See, bad as bad, enjoy your life. Bad as bad, these prawns go enter my belly. So today we have our sweet corn, we have spring onions. Always, let me just get it ready. This is spring onions. 100 naira one is okay for you. You have our green peas. I've got my carrot. I've got my runner beans here, so I decided to show you what I cut here. And I've got my sweet chili pepper. There's a woman in Ogba retail market that sells this to me. And I've got my soy sauce. I've got my brown, my Maggi, the aroma. And I'm basically using this because I need that color. My black pepper always with me. My Maggi is here, and trust me, my salt is here. And then I'm boiling my water for us to save time so that we can get it rolling. So my rice is also here. I already washed my rice. Yes, this is my rice. Already washed. This is 5 cups of rice I'm using. So first thing first we're going to do now is to cut our lemongrass. So I'm using the roots as well. So don't make it too small. Don't make it too small when you're cooking with it. Just cut it into a size that is easily removable. That's the secret. So I'm just going to cut it into this size. I want plenty of infusion. So when you want to boil your lemongrass as well, this is the same recipe that you follow. You can boil it in the morning, first thing in the morning. Nutrition is very healthy. Those of you that are abroad that are always sending supplements to your parents, it's a good thing, but try and encourage them as well to go back to nature and eat from nature. So I'm just going to tie it like this. I don't want to use rubber bands. Wherever it is, even if it scatters, don't worry. So I'm going to throw it into my hot water. So this one is going to go into my hot water. I'm going to add it into my hot boiling water. So I don't have a videographer, so I'm only just trying to get used to all these things. So I'm going to add my salt. So this is where it gets tricky. I'm going to add my salt, and then I'm going to, the water is boiling already, so we don't really need it to boil for too long. And then I'm just going to add little groundnut oil, so that my rice doesn't get too dry. And then I've added my salt. So at this point, I am going to add my rice so that my rice will cook. So the lemongrass and the rice is going in together. So I already washed my rice. Always wash your rice very well. A lot of you do parboiled rice. I don't know the quality of rice that you eat, but unfortunately I eat just strictly Delta or par excellence rice. The rate at which fake rice is in the market, chew me. So this is our lemongrass, and then we're going to allow the rice to cook. Let me check my salt. So how do you usually check if salt is enough? So the water has to be slightly salty, and then you will know that yes, this is okay. And for those of you who don't eat salt, where you want to go? You You. So I'm going to cover this to steam, cook for about 15 minutes, and then after 15 minutes, we are coming back to roll our banga. So this is our Maggi aroma I told you. So I'm going to cook on full heat, and then we'll come back to what we have. So let's check our rice. Let's see how our rice is doing. Wow, so our rice is almost cooked, but please make sure that your rice is not fully cooked before we move on to the next stage. So the next stage is very, very simple, which is optional for you. So at this point, you can take out your lemongrass. You can take it out. You can take it out. We've gotten what we want, or you can leave it. Okay, so let's leave it and see. Let's leave it and see, or let's take it out. So it's easy to pull out once you're done cooking. So you see that my rice still has some water. So it's not that it's fully cooked. Don't forget what we're trying to do here is steamed rice. So at this point now, I'm just going to add my seasoning. I'm going to add my Maggi. My Maggi is the first thing that is going to go in here. We're doing steamed rice, so, and I'm adding just very little of that. So I'm going to bring my butter. My butter is here. I hope you're seeing what I'm doing. I've tried to readjust my camera. Myself, I don't delay. So I'm going to use this whole lot of butter. Don't forget that we did not use oil or anything, and we are not frying. We're going to be steaming. So let's just do a decoration here. So make sure that your prawns is pre-seasoned. I always season my prawns and then keep it in the fridge. Trust me, that's what I do. So I'm just going to go through this method because prawns, we dey eat prawns here. So if you are supplying prawns, you've got a customer. So that's my prawns there. I'm going to add my sweet chili pepper. What I want to do is, you know, like I said, you get to a certain age, there are some things you don't need. Just use the healthier cooking method. The healthier cooking method approach is better. This is sweet chili pepper. We just cut it into bits and pieces. If you want to use rodo, if you can't find sweet chili pepper, you can use it. I've also got my sweet corn here. So I'm going to add my sweet corn to it as well. I'm putting it by the side because what I'm going to do is my food is going to steam. I'm not frying anything. I've got my runner beans here. Before you start to put this, make sure that there's still little water in your rice. You know, I said it earlier. Add your runner beans. We're going to add our runner beans to it. Steaming is a very, very lovely way of cooking. Trust me. It gives your food a different taste. It gives it a different aroma. But a lot of you would not know because you're used to frying. But for me, trust me, I prefer this steaming method. And don't forget, it is veggies. So put your runner beans as well. Just apply them in stages. Just apply them in stages. And then, I need more prawns. Yes. This giant one wanted to escape. Olelo. That giant one basically wanted to escape. And you know, prawns is always nice when it comes to like the last phase of your cooking. It still retains that yellow. See giants here. It still has that taste. The color is also there and it remains fresh. So at this point, I'm going to just sprinkle my soy sauce. Don't worry, you think it won't go round, it will go round. Don't worry yourself, it will go round. And then I'm going to bring my Maggi aroma. Well, I'm using this basically because I need this syrup color. If you can't get this, you can use your cake brownie. Cake brownie is another option that you can use. Okay, so it's coming out. So I'm just going to put this as well. You can also use your cake brownie. Your cake brownie will also give you the same effect that I want this to give you. Let me add a little bit more of my dark soy sauce. And then last, I'm going to add my spring onions. We're making steamed lemongrass rice. This is steamed lemongrass. So the butter is melting, the butter is going down. So whatever you think, that butter no go reach. No, it's enough for. Am I going to leave out my black pepper? Lie. My black pepper always comes immediately after my spring onions. So I've added my black pepper. So if you want to add garlic and ginger, trust me, you don't need it in this recipe because it's going to kill the power of the lemongrass that you're using. Okay, so I don't want my carrot to be too steamed. So I'm basically adding it the last thing. So it's coming lastly. So don't forget that we added salt earlier on. So this is everything that is going there. And I'm just going to take little butter again and give it in bits and in pieces. We're not frying. so we need it to as well still look, juicy. So what are we going to do next? We're just going to cover it up and allow it to steam. Let it steam and steam and steam. Let it steam. And then my fire is still here. So I'm just going to cover it up and let it steam for about another 5 minutes. And we're going to give it a stir. So how do you know when you should start to stir it? You start hearing that pra, pa, 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 pa. You start hearing that burning sound. Once you start to hear that burning sound, know that your food needs attention. So go and give it all the attention that it needs. So I'm just going to cover this and allow it to steam for a few more minutes. And trust me, this is the banger meal of the year that you're going to have. You haven't tasted lemongrass rice before. This is lemongrass rice. Please support me. Share this video. Copy the link. Tell people to come and look at healthy, nutritious ways of eating. Lifestyle is very important. The only thing that destroys you and makes you is food. Food can only destroy, and food can also build. So why don't you use food to build rather than use food to destroy? And the only way food destroys is when you don't eat healthy. A lot of you like all these fatty things, pomo, shaki, roundabout. There's nothing stopping you from eating them. But when you eat all of these things, understand that you need to detox regularly, or you need to infuse these quercetins, these flavonoids into your food. And that's one thing about lemongrass. Lemongrass is good in quercetin. Lemongrass is also good in flavonoids. These are high antioxidants that your body needs on a daily. When they are absent in your body cells begin to destroy. Bile cells of cancer begin to build up, and you basically don't need all of those things at some point in your life. So let's wait for it to steam, and then we'll be back soon. All right, so let's see how far our steaming has gone. Let's see. We are not frying. So can we basically make a meal without frying? Oh no, why not? You see, I've started to hear ta 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 alanta, ta 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 alanta, otilovava. I've started to hear ta 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 otilovava here. Okay, so we're just going to mix everything together. Let's mix everything together. So while we are mixing, I'm going to take out all our lemongrass. Thank you for coming. Don't forget the secrets. Make sure that your rice is not fully cooked before you start to add up all your veggies, so that you can give it another 5 minutes grace to be fully cooked. And then we're going to stir it together now and give it a final steaming. Oh, so our rice is ready. You see, so who says that your rice can be grainy? Some of you say, no, just watch your water and then the kind of rice that you use. But everybody knows me for one thing. So now that we are done prepping our food, let's come out and dish it. And then, like I always tell you people, presentation is very, very important. So how am I going to present this food now? I'm just going to, if you have kids at home, you have their bowl. So don't throw their bowl away, because that bowl can always be useful to you. So I'm just going to use one of our precious gifts from Babyology, those days when we're still called Grubs Baby. So I'm just going to turn my rice. I'm going to put it like this. Allow it to press so it can give some pressure, and then you see this is coming this way. I've got my avocado here. Let me turn off my heat on the rice. We're done. I have my avocado here. Never serve your meals alone. Whilst they're eating, you can have a good gist. You see this avocado here, please don't throw it away. I'm coming to teach you something about avocado here. No part of avocado is useless. I'm going to come and teach you a life-saving recipe on avocado pear. It will shock you. Don't throw it away. Keep it. You see it, keep it. So can I have ginger, please? I'm just going to cut my avocado pear. Avocado pear, you need to give it some what do you call it? I'm going to add little salt to it. So open it up like this. Open it up so that you can scoop it out easily. It's easy for you to scoop out. Let me get my salt. Where is my salt? Give me salt, please. Where is salt? Check salt for me in this container. And then give me salt, please. Just get a flat spoon or flat knife, and then scoop it. Yes, so you see this simple method. Please always wash your hands when you want to prepare foods. Wash it again when you want to dish food, because sometimes you might need your hands. At least it's very, very important. So we're going to just use this, and then okay, so I brought out my prawns from the food, and I'm just going to use it to garnish it as well. So I want you to see this, how I'm doing it. Like I said, wash your hands, or you wear your gloves. and then use your toothpick and then build a bridge. You see that? Oh my goodness. Yes, so we're just going to use our toothpick to build a bridge. So what am I serving this with as well? I've got my chicken. I've got my smoked chicken that I prepared. So I'm going to add my smoked chicken to it. So presentation is very, very simple. And like I always say, if you don't like my food, refund me my money. If you like my food, give me tips. Give me a tip, like, okay, job well done. So this is what I've done here. Now, doesn't this look too plain? No, it doesn't look too plain. It's sitting. And then what am I going to do lastly to give it a glow? So we basically need something to give it a glow. And then do you think I need anything to give it a glow? No, this is already glowy on its own. This is already a meal on its own. So now, a lot of you don't know the kind of things that your partners like. For me, my husband loves fresh onions. I've always known that he loves fresh onions. So that fresh onions, I'm just going to use it to give it a final, so that he can use it. He says it doesn't get him nauseated. I'm like, wow, that's good. Because some people, when they're eating, they tend to have nausea. And then he just likes his fresh onions, so that can at least reduce that. So this is what we have here today. Who is not presenting this food to our partner? Who is not presenting this? Why are you not presenting this? Give me one reason why you're not presenting